In this video, I'll introduce you to Standard Time, a manufacturing resource planner. We'll look at 5 ways to organize projects for your manufacturing operation. In other words, how to group and report on projects of differing types. The groupings I'll use are portfolios, folders, clients, status, and assembly lines. These are all optional. Use any or all to visualize or report on your manufacturing projects. Want to take a look? Here it goes. Let's begin by choosing Tools, Projects in Standard Time. This is the place where administrators would set up projects and set the properties for them. Right off the bat, you see folders where projects can be dropped into. You can create your own hierarchy of folders. So that would be the first level of classification. You also, on the right-hand side in the properties, see Client, Portfolio, and Status. So as I click on the different projects, you can see those fields changing. You could use clients for external or internal clients that you're doing work for, or departments. If you don't have any of those 3, you might consider using client for a completely different purpose for classifying projects. Portfolios, of course, would be for different kinds of projects that you do. You could group them together by kind. And then you can also set the status, which is another form of classification for projects. So those are just 4 quick ways that you can classify projects. And you also have assembly lines, which you see over on the left-hand side. So how can you use these classifications or groupings of projects within Standard Time? Well, the first way would be to use this tree on the left-hand side to filter the views on the right. So you see tabs along the top. I'm looking at the Project Tasks tab, which shows all of the projects and tasks within Standard Time. And I could use that tree on the left-hand side to filter this view. So I could, for instance, open up the Clients section, click on a client, and now I'm looking at just the projects, which are these wide blue bands, for this particular client. Or go down to Project Portfolios, click on a portfolio, and I now see all the projects for that portfolio. Or go over to Folders, click on a folder, and I see the projects for that folder. If you have assembly lines set up, you could click on an assembly line and see all the projects that are running on that assembly line. So lots of different ways to categorize, visualize, group your projects. Another way might be to go to the View menu, choose Project, Resource Allocation. You see a few buttons at the top of this drop down that you can use to find all the project resource allocation for a certain folder, or for a portfolio, or for an assembly line, or just see all of the projects. Another way might be to go to the View menu, choose Project Revenue. Again, you have those same buttons here that you can look at all the revenue for a folder, portfolio, and so on. You have these groupings available within reports as well. So if I opened up the time logs report, for instance, I could see reports by client or by portfolio. You could create custom reports that used folders, status, or assembly lines as well. So lots of different ways to use those classifications to visualize, group, and report on your manufacturing projects.